Hi, it's Maria, and together we will learn how to use Edmodo for your courses. Edmodo is a social network platform dedicated to education purposes where teachers, students, and parents can have different profiles. Teachers can post lesson materials, homework, create quizzes, and open discussion subjects. Parents are informed about their children's progress, marks, or etc. And students can write directly to their teachers outside the classroom. Edmodo is also available for smartphones and tablets. Now, let's go to edmodo.com and let's click on Sign Up on the top right corner. You will be asked to create either a teacher, student, or a parent account. In this case, the teacher account will be preferred. You will opt for your location. I'm located in Greece, so then you can sign up with your personal account or create a new one. In this case, let's create a new account. The email and password. Let's confirm password. It is weak, but in this case doesn't matter. You can add the school code if you have one and then click on next. Now our account is creating. You can save the password if you want. Nice. Once you verified your email address, then you can complete your profile. For example, add your title here, your first name and your last name. Done. And let's see our profile. Very nice. Welcome. There are some indications here. How are you going to create a class, etc., etc. But we will see this later. Now, once you want to get started with Edmodo, there are three options: to explore homepage, learn class basics, and find teacher resources. Let's go to explore homepage. Right, we have to set up our profile, and then you have to add our school, and then of course to create a class, and then create posts on our profile. Great. This page will look familiar to you if you use social networks such as Facebook or Twitter. Start with editing your profile by clicking View Profile at the top left corner. This will channel the information of the application according to your educational interest and objectives. Well, now, introduction. You add your bio here, your interests. For example, let's say math, science, world languages, project-based learning, English, social studies, etc. Now you have to add your previous and current working experience. You can link your social media accounts, and you can add here your education, for example, in which universities you studied. There are some badges here that you acquire once you achieve some steps. For example, if you have 100 views on your content, once you verify your teacher account, if you follow two subject area communities, etc., etc. So Here are the posts. You can create your first post. Type your note here. So let's see. Teaching Greek as a second language, and you can send it to, for example, to one of your friends. Here are the resources that you can use, and if you click here, visit Discover, you will see that you can use videos, any kind of collections, games in order to make the courses interesting, and extra applications. Let's go back. Now, here are your connections. By saying connections, we mean the friends that you add on your profile. So you can add, for example, other teachers you know or others that you don't know. You will find here the progress of your classes. Let's go back to home. Nice. You can explore here what other teachers or schools upload, for example, festivals or videos or any extra material that maybe you will find interesting and creative for your courses as well. For example, some teachers, they can upload their tutorials too. So here you have to create your class. You can name your class, for example, Be Junior. Describe your class, let's say 20 students. Select a grade, that could be the second grade. And subject, it will be, for example, language arts. And here your color. Each class has another color, you can adjust it from here. Let's say this one, the mint. So create. Oops, subject English. Nice. Now we created our class, and we can have a post. We can create quizzes or anything else to gamify our lesson. You can manage the members that have access to your account. Here there is the agenda, which means that you will have a calendar and you can add, for example, events, tasks, assignments, or anything else that you want. Of course, you can add a class image, and you can adjust your groups. Now explore class. Okay, right here, as we said, we can add a class image. Let's say anything you would like, for example, trees or students, or a photo with your real students, and etc. Here you can post anything you want. For example, let's see my personal account that I have here, and let's visit my classes. Just a moment. So here we have the photo, and here are the posts. I can add links, video links, or any kind of link that I want. PDF files to download for students to download. Images, again, videos, links. You can write as well the tasks for the next or the homework that the students have to do. So that's all in all, and let's see how to create now a quiz. So here is the quiz. New. You can create a new one or upload an existing file. So the title here will be language, I would say Greek spelling. Instructions. You can write, for example, fill in the blanks with the correct letter. Okay, the content is saved automatically. Now let's go to the questions. You can opt for the kind of the activity you want to have. There is a drop-down menu. True, false, multiple choice, short answer, fill in the blanks, matching multiple answer. For example, let's say fill in the blanks. And there are some instructions here. Use underscores to specify where you would like a blank to appear in the next below. So let's say I will type a Greek word, and I want, for example, it is the word present, and I want the students to fill in the last letters, so I do it like this. You can attach files, add links, or add anything from your library. So here are the responses, and you have to enter the correct answer. So it is O. You can indicate here the grades that you want to score, and then our task is completing, and then you can add a new question. So we have here a fill in the blank activity, but I'm gonna show you more. Let's say the true or false, like let's say the question here, is sequoia a tree? We have to indicate if it's true or false. In this case it is true. The grading score is 1, so you may go on. Now let's see the multiple choice option. How many battles did Napoleon win? We can add our answers here to 5, 15. You can add responses as well if you want, and you can opt for the correct answer. Let's say this is the one, and you can add an image to your answer if you want to. So that's all. Let's click on assign. Here you can collect your class, set the due date, say for example the next week, and set the time limit. For example, the students will have 1 hour to complete this question. There are some possible options here, like randomize your questions, add the progress to the gradebook, so the score, if you don't want to, you can unclick it, and show correct answer upon completion. So let's click assign. Nice, this is your note, so got it, and this will be automatically uploaded here, and your students can see it and complete it until the due date. Enjoy your time as a teacher and let your mind be creative. With Edmodo, you will engage your students very quickly, since this platform looks like a lot with other social media environments, and students will enjoy having their homework in a familiar digital format. Thank you very much for watching.